Today, we're exploring one of the most fascinating and essential topics for understanding our planet, climate zones. Have you ever wondered why it's tropical and lush in some areas, while other regions are dry and barren? Or why some places experience freezing temperatures all year round while others are bathed in perpetual sunshine? These variations aren't random, they're part of a vast, interconnected system that shapes the way we live, grow food, and experience the world. Understanding climate zones is like decoding Earth's blueprint, and by the end of this video, you'll have a solid grasp of how these zones work and why they matter. So, buckle up as we journey across deserts, rainforests, polar regions, and everything in between. Climate zones are essentially regions of the world categorized based on their long-term weather patterns. These zones influence ecosystems, human lifestyles, and even economies. Scientists typically use two main factors to classify climate zones: temperature and precipitation. These elements define the types of plants and animals that can thrive in a given area and dictate the activities people can engage in. The system most commonly used to classify climate zones is the Köppen climate classification. Developed in the early 20th century, it divides the planet into 5 major climate types, each with subcategories that refine the picture. These types are tropical, dry, temperate, continental, and polar climates. Let's break these down in detail. Tropical climates, or the A category in the Köppen system, are characterized by high temperatures and abundant rainfall. They're found near the equator, in places like the Amazon rainforest, parts of Africa, and Southeast Asia. These climates support some of the most biodiverse ecosystems on the planet, filled with lush vegetation and unique wildlife. However, the constant heat and humidity can also make them challenging for human habitation without proper infrastructure. Next, we have dry climates, or Category B. These include arid deserts like the Sahara and semi-arid steppes. These regions receive very little rainfall, and temperatures often swing dramatically between day and night. Despite their harsh conditions, dry climates are home to specialized plants and animals that have adapted to survive with minimal water. For humans, life in these areas requires ingenuity, such as techniques for water conservation and heat management. Temperate climates, or the C category, are what many of us might consider mild. These are found in places like the Mediterranean, parts of the United States, and Australia. Temperate zones experience moderate temperatures with distinct seasons, making them ideal for agriculture. Many of the world's most populous cities are located in temperate climates, thanks to their relatively stable and hospitable conditions. Continental climates, or Category D, are found in the interiors of continents, far from the moderating influence of oceans. These areas experience more extreme temperature variations, with hot summers and cold winters. Think of places like Russia, Canada, and parts of Europe. Continental climates are often home to deciduous forests and grasslands, and they play a significant role in global food production. Finally, we have polar climates, or the E category. These are the coldest regions on Earth, found in the Arctic and Antarctic. Temperatures rarely rise above freezing, and the landscape is dominated by ice and tundra. Despite their harshness, polar climates are crucial for regulating the planet's temperature and are home to unique wildlife like polar bears and penguins. Each of these zones plays a vital role in Earth's interconnected systems. They drive weather patterns, support biodiversity, and shape the cultures and economies of the people who live within them. For example, monsoons in tropical climates are essential for agriculture in regions like India, while the frigid conditions of polar zones help reflect sunlight and maintain Earth's energy balance. But climate zones aren't fixed, they're dynamic. Human activities, such as deforestation and the burning of fossil fuels, are altering these zones in ways that have far-reaching consequences. Rising temperatures are shifting climate boundaries, leading to changes in ecosystems and weather patterns. For instance, deserts are expanding, and polar ice is melting at unprecedented rates. Understanding these changes is crucial for developing strategies to mitigate climate change and adapt to its impacts. Another fascinating aspect of climate zones is their influence on human culture. For instance, architecture varies widely between zones. Houses in tropical regions often have large, ventilated spaces to keep cool, while buildings in polar zones are designed to retain heat. Even food habits are influenced by climate. Think of the spices used in warm climates to preserve food and enhance flavor, or the hearty stews popular in colder regions. Climate zones also affect economies.